Hey, welcome to UK Wildcrafts. I'm here in the Trym Valley in Southmead, the site of a new tiny forest project. Tiny forests are dense, fast-growing native woodlands that can fit into the size of a tennis court and can rewild urban areas. They are based on a forest management method developed in the 70s by Japanese botanist Dr. Akira Miyawaki. Tiny forests in the UK are organised by Earthwatch Europe. Tiny forests can help with environmental issues like flooding, heat stress and loss of biodiversity. They can reconnect people with nature, they can mitigate the effects of climate change and of course create patches of nature-rich habitat to support urban wildlife. Luckily this tiny forest is being planted just around the corner from where I live, so I managed to come take a look. And I had a socially distanced chat with Clarie from Sustainable Southmead, who are helping to organise this tiny forest.
Do you know, I think the biggest benefit is having a forest. Like, we live in a city, and how many of us actually get to be in a forest or near a forest or even know what dense forest is like? And so I think for the school kids, especially growing up and knowing that there's a forest, like you can actually experience that, see what it's feel like to be completely surrounded by trees. It's just an amazing experience. So having that new experience of being able to be in a forest, I think is one of the benefits. And then also a sense of well-being. So we know that being outdoors is good for people. We know that even spending 10-15 minutes a day outdoors is really good for your mental health. Obviously going for walks is really good for your physical health. And I think the tiny forest being here, it makes it a place to go to and something to be, and there'll be benches here so you can come and you can sit and you can be, and I think that's just going to be really good for people's well-being as well. So we've got a whole range of trees. We've got 28 different species, and they're all British natives and they're all adapted to being in sort of our clay soil situation. So we've got everything from the really traditional kind of oaks and beeches that you'd see in a British woodland, or we might know, to the more unusual ones. So we've got small leaf limes and wild service trees, which are actually fairly rare to find growing wild in Britain at the moment. And then they come down to the lower canopy. So we'll have hazels and hawthorns, and then right at shrub level we'll have things like the wayfarer rose and dog roses and privet as well, and blackthorn, to provide that kind of shrub under canopy level as well. Well, we know that around and about there are squirrels and badgers and foxes, so it'd be nice if we could see those a bit more. Apparently people have even seen rabbits here, which I never have. We're also hoping to see a lot more birds, so just over the way in Badock's Wood there's quite a wide variety of birds there, and really we don't ever see any of those birds, none of the owls or the sparrowhawks here, so that'd be great. But mostly it's a mystery, so I'm just really excited to see who's going to come. And they always say if you provide the environment, then the animals come. So I think especially when it comes to the insects that are going to be here and the smaller mammals, it'll just be really interesting to see who arrives, who it is who uses it.
So far there have been over 3,000 tiny forests planted worldwide. The first in the UK was in Witney, Oxfordshire in March 2020. So far in the UK we have 3 in Oxfordshire, this one in Bristol, and also ones being planted soon in Glasgow, Birmingham, Wolverhampton and Leicester. Earthwatch Europe aim to establish over 150 forests in the UK by 2023. So what are the benefits of a tiny forest? They're maximising the use of small urban plots of land by densely planting 600 trees in a tennis court sized area. There is no use of chemicals or fertilisers. There's low maintenance needed after 2 years once the woodland is established. They're capable of attracting over 500 species of animals and plants. They're a green space or outdoor classroom in the city for people to reconnect with nature. They're a good opportunity to collect scientific data. Obviously things are a bit different at the moment due to COVID, but normally a forest would see up to 100 volunteers on a planting day and up to 40 people on a monitoring day. Each tiny forest will have a unique mix of trees depending on the location, with a canopy layer, an understory, a shrub layer and a herbaceous layer. Earthwatch Europe is an environmental charity If you'd like to help fundraise or donate, or if you know of a plot of land that could become a tiny forest, then check out the links in the description of this video for more information.